This is Smithy.tv.
Hey Ryan,
Hi, Lindsay.
you don't seem very cool.
Why is that? Well, that's not very nice.
You know what I just did to you?
What did you do to me?
I roasted you.
Oh, man. I hate when I'm roasted. Snap.
I'm just trying to kill the segues we like.
I think that our awful segues are what makes it enjoyable.
Yeah, I look forward to this. We're of course now going to segue to what just happened.
On the
roast
Comedy Central, the roast of
of Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. I love the Comedy Central roast. I
Oh,
think
they're
that
great. You've been like hearing it because you drive and you'd hear them all like.
Well, I
nonstop.
mean, but I watch them like whenever they've happened. The Shatner roast, Hasselhoff roast, Charlie
Pamela
Sheen roast,
Anderson.
Pamela Anderson. I love.
Donald Trump.
They're great. They're great. They get awesome comics on board.
And then they started to go more relevant with now people like Charlie Sheen, like because at the
I
time
mean,
the show was getting
there
killed
is
off.
there is
and James
definitely a
Franco.
difference between the James Franco roast.
Now there is a difference between. I feel like you're trying to roast Bieber and Charlie Sheen right now. No, but Charlie Sheen at the time, his character was being killed off, so it was a great strategy that night to go like, hey, why not watch them, watch us? And the next year they got James Franco, which with the Oscar stuff, he's still a big movie star. So it's like, how do you top that? This is a great call, I thought, to get Justin Bieber.
Absolutely. In a sense, it's like, well, how do you roast someone who has not truly had like a lifelong career yet,
His birthday was like that day or that week they shot it.
and yet he's had a career long enough that
You can roast-
that you
there's-
can roast him because
there's
there's
enough
enough to roast
material.
him on.
So yeah, it was an interesting show because I know you only saw clips of it, but it's you get your friends and you also get some actual comedians who
Absolutely.
you don't know if they're gonna roast you crazy or like one of the guys, Hannibal Buress,
Yeah.
like some of you may know. So they record this about a week
Yeah,
and a half before
about
it
that.
airs, and so there's a lot of jokes that apparently were cut, but he had some that were very cutting, and they already cut half of it off, so you don't get the whole tail end because if you read the stuff online, if you check it out, some of them are like, oh wow, that's like cutting.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, like with these roasts, and I mean, there is a significant difference between the roast now and the roast that used to have Sinatra and Dean Martin. Like, they're not telling, your mom's pussy is so big jokes.
Yeah.
And that's what they do on these roasts. They're so, like, they are so graphic.
Swearing.
Well, but that's what it is. They are such graphic. I mean, I guess, I'm assuming that the majority of the jokes were about how they think that he basically is a lesbian.
They did jokes like that. They did a lot of Ellen stuff, and the thing is, Ludacris and Natasha Leggero, one's a comedian, one's a decent rapper, I guess. They both did Ellen jokes, and Ludacris said his joke and acted, and it was kind of funny, but he acted like it was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
She did it. She called him out. She was like, "That's how a real joke's told." She did the same joke but better, and so it was just really funny. So you got people like Snoop Dogg, Shaq. That they had a
But
couple.
I
of
like
funny
the fact that they roast the other roasters.
Yeah, and you need that. I think that's great. But the people they got were sort of his friends. So and they're not known as funny people. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like at a certain point, it was just like you get two funny jokes and some not so much, and then you get people like Hannibal Buress
Like,
and Jeff Ross. who are
I
funny.
listen. Jeff Ross, as far as I remember, is the producer of all of the
Yeah,
comedy
he's a
roasts.
big producer and he's always there.
But like for instance, like the roast of David Hasselhoff, Gilbert Godfrey gets on, and to be honest, like there were a lot of good ones, but his was probably one of the funniest roasts I'd heard all night. He does, he does his like, Pamela Anderson finds a genie on the beach. He does his thing, and I mean,
Yeah.
but I can't stop laughing. And they replayed. They had like a Sirius XM basically had a marathon of the roasts all weekend leading up to Monday night. So it was.
Yeah.
I was just like getting refed all of them. They're great.
They're supposed to be fun, and occasionally they cross the line. And one of the things I'm glad they pointed out, he's a young kid, and they said there's a list of the top 5 most hated people. There's murderers who aren't on the list, and he's in the top 5. And the thing is, okay, he's a young guy. He done great things, not in the last while, but he can change, and he did say that, and he had some funny jokes, whether it was written from or not. But he's not the worst person in the world. So again, like he took it with a grain of salt.
Close.
He's not. There's murderers in the world, right?
I don't know. Yeah, but maybe for legitimate reasons.
Yeah, but
I
the thing
mean-
is, this is a chance, and it's like whether it's a
Stephen Harper's still our prime minister.
That is true. People are calling this like an apology tour, whether it works. And Hannibal Buress, one of his jokes, they cut it by saying, "I hope this strategy of yours doesn't work."
Yeah.
But it's like, so it's interesting. So like the people watch it, did you laugh? Are you a Justin Bieber believer or whatever they
Are you
call
a
it?
believer? But I can actually only imagine like the diehard Bieber fans who watch this and are like, you can't say that about Justin. And
He's
they're
a
like,
hero.
Like all the girls, like all those teenage girls who are who are diehard in love with this kid. And the reason why he has millions of fans is because of teenage girls who are like absolutely in love with him, who aren't going to put up with comics. They're like, I know that guy's an asshole.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people can't get past comics making comments. because it's comedy.
It's
And he signed up for it.
we have a timer that says, "Hey, wrap it up." It's his phone. Guess what that phone's telling us to do? Wrap it up. Is that Justin Bieber you're playing there?
That would be amazing if it was. I wish it would. Baby, baby. Well, I guess it's time to go.
Yeah, you're like, oh, baby. Divorce. No, he's no longer married. What? I just made that stuff up. No, but yeah, no, it's if you saw it, would you guys?
What'd you
think?
think?
of it? Did they go too far? Not too far?
Was it hysterical or was it not funny?
Was Kevin Hart a good roast master, or do you think he was a little? I felt he was a little pushy, and I think he's a funny guy. So tell us what you guys think.
Hashtag comedy.
Roast of those guys.
Roast of those guys roast.
And if you want to roast Ryan Goldhart, give me some material, and I'll roast him one time.
That guy is so fat.
That guy is so decent. He gave me a ride when I needed one. It's the opposite of a roast. You've been roasted, Ryan. Did you just do? We'll do the hoods. For Bieber.
For Bieber.